said you were dead. Well, he even showed me a death certificate.
Whispers of Secret Tales. In the bustling town of Nsukka, where gossip traveled faster than wind and secrets never slept, there lived a man named Odogwu Okafo, a man everyone thought had a life that was figured out. He was tall, charming, and smooth with words, the kind of man whose laughter filled the room and whose lies filled a book. Odogwu was married to Ngozi, a smart, hard-working woman who had once emptied her savings to help him start his electronics business. Together, they built a comfortable life, a modest home, 2 cars, a name that carried respect, and 2 children. But as the Igbo saying goes, a man who eats 2 meals in secret would choke on one. The hidden affair. Unknown to Ngozi, her husband had been weaving a web of deceit in the nearby city of Enugu. There, he met Amara, a young woman with dreams of owning a boutique. She was kind, independent, and unsuspecting. And Odogwu, with his sweet tongue, told her every lie she needed to hear.
My wife? May her gentle soul rest. She died years ago. I live alone now, just me and my memories. Sometimes I still set the table for 2.
Amara pitied him. Amara's heart melted. Her lonely widower, a man still wearing his wedding ring, out of love and remembrance. To her, that was rare and noble. She admired him, pitied him, and believed every word. Before long, she became his second love, the one he spent weekends with under the guise of business trips. He bought her gifts, told her stories of his late wife's kindness, and even promised to help her start a boutique. Amara, in return, began to trust him with her dreams, her heart, and eventually, her plans for the future. But fate, as it always does, had a way of revealing hidden things. Ngozi's discovery. But secrets have legs, and this one started walking. On Saturday afternoon, as Ngozi was cleaning their bedroom in Nsukka, she stumbled upon a hotel receipt tucked beneath one of Odogwu's shirts. The name Amara N was written at the top, and the date matched one of his so-called business trips. Her heart sank, her heart clenched, but she did not cry. Instead, she sat down on the edge of the bed and smiled bitterly.
Let's see where this rabbit hole leads.
That night, she said nothing. She cooked, served him dinner, and smiled as if all was well. But inside, a storm was brewing. With calm determination, she began her quiet investigation. She found Amara Boutique's Instagram page through a tagged location in Enugu and began following her, silently watching. A few weeks later, she sent Amara a message, pretending to be a customer interested in investing in her boutique. An unexpected friendship. The 2 women met at a cafe in Enugu, neither knowing the other's true identity at first. But when Amara mentioned her boyfriend, a businessman named Odogwu, who had lost his wife, Ngozi's spoon dropped into her tea. She smiled faintly and said, "Oh really? He sounds familiar." Ngozi decided to play this in a way that favors her. She had the confirmation that her husband has something to do with this woman. She decided to stick with the plan.
Some weeks later, she met Amara again to discuss further plans about the investment into the boutique business.
The air thickened with realization as Ngozi gently revealed the truth, not with rage, but with airy calm.
He said you were dead. Well, he wore your ring. He even showed me a death certificate.
Amara was horrified. Instead of turning against each other, the 2 women sat in silence, then burst into laughter, not of joy, but of shared pain and bitter irony. That day, an unlikely alliance was born. Ngozi showed Amara bank statements, investments, and proof that she had helped Odogwu start his transport business with their own savings years ago. In return, Amara revealed how he had been talking about using his retirement savings to invest in a friend's international trade venture.
I remember how my mother suffered because of my father's side chick. This man will learn not to deceive women.
Let's make sure he gets exactly what he deserves.
From that day, the plan took shape. Amara still pretended to love him. The trap. One humid evening, Ngozi sat beside Odogwu in the living room as he flipped lazily through his phone, humming to himself. She had overheard him on a call earlier, boasting to someone about his retirement savings finally maturing. Her heart lifted. Maybe after all these years of struggle, they could finally rest, rebuild what life had taken. So she smiled and asked gently, Odogwu, my husband, I heard you talking about your retirement money. What will we use it for? Maybe we can finish building that house in the village or open another shop for me, eh? Odogwu's expression changed immediately. He looked up slowly, his voice sharp. We? He asked, his tone cold. You and who? Ngozi blinked, thinking she hadn't heard him right. You and me, of course. Who else? She said, half laughing to ease the tension. But Odogwu's face hardened. Ngozi, that is my retirement fund. My sweat. I worked for that money. As for you, he waved his hand dismissively. You'll be fine. I'm still deciding where that money will go. Her smile faded. She stared at him in disbelief. But Odogwu, she said softly, I gave you my life savings years ago to help you start that transport business. I borrowed from my cooperative society, sold my jewelry. If this is your retirement, is it not for both of us? He stood up, adjusting his agbada arrogantly. Ngozi, don't start this nonsense. I said I'm still deciding. Not every decision in this house involves you. Don't let small money make you talk too much. That night, as he snored peacefully beside her, Ngozi lay awake, staring at the ceiling. Her heart burned, not just with pain, but with clarity. So this is the man I built with, she whispered into the darkness. No problem. Time will tell. The next morning, she acted as if nothing had happened. She made his favorite yam porridge, smiled as he left for his supposed business meeting, and even kissed his cheek at the door. But a week later, when she told him she was going to the market, she took a different turn, straight to Enugu to meet Amara. At the cafe, Amara was waiting, confused by the urgency in Ngozi's message. When Ngozi told her about the retirement fund and Odogwu's arrogance, Amara's face darkened with fury. That man is wicked, she hissed. So he lied to me about being a widower. Used your money and now wants to hoard his retirement fund. He will learn today. Ngozi leaned closely, her eyes gleaming with a calm fire.
You said he trusts you, Abi?
Good. You will tell him you have a business opportunity, promising, with big return.
He will invest his retirement fund.
When the money clears, we split it, half for you, half for me. He will never know what hit him.
They both smiled. Two wronged women, united by betrayal and fate. But karma wasn't done yet. A few days later, while scrolling through social media, Amara froze. There was Odogwu laughing and holding hands with a woman who recognized immediately. Her close friend, Chiamaka. The caption read, Dinner with my heart.
So even me he's cheating on.
Amara's chest tightened. She muttered in disbelief. Her anger deepened into something colder, sharper. She called Ngozi immediately.
My sister, he is worse than one thoughts. The devil wears a wristwatch.
Good. Then let the devil pay his tithe in full.
Ngozi chuckled bitterly. From that day, Amara's performance became flawless. She praised Odogwu endlessly, feeding his ego, pretending to believe in his business wisdom. Days later, Odogwu came to Amara with excitement. My retirement money just came in, he said. A small fortune, but I can't leave it lying in the bank. Amara was excited for him. She encouraged him to do some form of investment. Amara, still pretending to love him, encouraged Odogwu to invest his entire retirement fund into a sure deal that she said her wealthy cousin abroad was managing. The documents, signatures, and emails all seem legitimate, crafted with Ngozi's meticulous precision and Amara's charm. Within weeks, Odogwu transferred every cedi, every naira, every dollar into two anonymous accounts, one controlled by Ngozi and the other by Amara. Within weeks, he moved his entire retirement fund, his life savings, into the investment account. Money don't land. When the money finally landed, both women sat in different corners of the world, but the joy they felt was the same. Ngozi was at home when her phone buzzed. She glanced at the message and froze. Her heart skipped. She opened her banking app. 48,750 million credited. For a moment, she couldn't breathe. Then her knees grew weak. She sank slowly into her chair, her hands trembling. It was real. Her phone rang almost immediately. It was Amara.
Check your account. It's done. The money's in.
Ngozi laughed, half crying, half trembling.
Amara, God has done it. The wicked has fallen into his own trap.
They both laughed, not out of mockery, but from the raw relief of women who had suffered, cried, and finally turned pain into victory. That night, Ngozi cooked a feast for herself: jollof rice, plantain, and peppered goat meat. Her small celebration. She hummed old high life tunes as she ate alone, smiling with every bite. Who says patience doesn't have a reward? She murmured. Later that week, she received a video call from her eldest son, Ize. His face filled the screen, glowing with excitement. Mama, guess what? Ada is due any moment from now. You'll soon become a grandmother.
That's wonderful news.
Ah, my son, this is the best news I've heard this year. I must come and help her. Let me come and carry my grandchild with my own hands. Eze smiled warmly. That's why I'm calling. I want you to come and stay with us in the UK. It will mean a lot to Ada and me. Ngozi's heart swelled. She had prayed for this moment, a chance to start over, surrounded by love and family. She looked up towards the heavens.
Oh God, you never sleep. You never forget.
The next day, she called Amara to share the news.
My son wants me to come and live with them in the UK. I'm leaving soon.
She said, her voice trembling with excitement. Amara's laughter echoed through the phone.
Ngozi, I'm so happy for you. You deserve it all. As for me, I'll go to America. I've already applied for admission. I'll finally get that degree and start my fashion line like I've always dreamed. That's wonderful news.
Ngozi smiled. We've both been given a chance. Let us use it well. From that day, they carried on with their lives as if nothing had changed. Odogwu continued strutting around, waiting for his investment to mature. Amara kept sending him cheerful messages, pretending to check in on the progress of the business. Ngozi cooked his meals, smiled when he spoke, and played her role like a perfect wife. But behind those calm faces, their plans were unfolding smoothly. A week before the supposed investment maturity, Ngozi finalized everything. She called a buyer who had shown interest in her boutique months earlier. The man came with his wife, loved the location, and offered a good price. Within days, the papers were signed. The full payments hit Ngozi's account.
The shop and everything in it are yours. You can take over at the end of the month.
As the couple left happily, Ngozi locked the shop one last time and stood for a moment, looking at the signboard that had carried her name for years. She felt no sadness, only peace. That evening, she called her youngest son, Chuka, who was studying in the UK. My dear, I'll be visiting your brother soon, she said, her voice bubbling with joy. I'll see both of you together again after 5 years. Chuka shouted on the other end. Mummy, for real? I can't wait. I'll come to London to see you. Ah, it's been too long. Ngozi smiled as tears rolled down her cheeks. Yes, my son, it's time. Mama is coming home. She hung up and exhaled deeply. The weight of years lifted off her shoulders. Everything was set, her tickets booked, her shop sold, her savings secure, her future bright. The night before her flight, she stood by the window watching the moon glow softly over the compound.
Odogwu, you thought you could play me. But I was the quiet storm you never saw coming.
And somewhere across town, Amara also packing her bags, her lips curved in knowing smile. Two women, one strangers, now bound by fate and victory, ready to leave behind the ashes of deceit and step into a new dawn. A great disappearance. When Ngozi told Odogwu she would be traveling to the UK to visit their son and his new baby, he pretended to sigh. Ah, that's good, my wife. You deserve to rest. Don't worry about me, I'll manage, he said, patting her shoulder like a man doing his wife a favor. But the moment her taxi left the compound, a smile slowly stretched across his face. He rubbed his hands together and muttered, "Finally, freedom." For the first time in years, Odogwu felt light, like a bird let out of a cage. No more pretending. No more sneaking out in the name of business trips. No more explaining why he returned home smelling like strange perfume. Now he could cheat in peace. He poured himself a drink, humming a high life tune as he swelled the glass. Ah, life is sweet, he chuckled. Days turned into weeks. He moved freely, dressed sharply, and spent evenings thinking about how he would soon enjoy his returns from the big investments with Amara. 3 months were finally over. Time for the harvest, he thought. He called Amara. Once, twice, 10 times, no answer. He frowned and tried again the next day. Still, nothing. Maybe she traveled for a business deal, he murmured, trying to calm himself. But after another 3 days, panic began to creep in. He decided to drive her apartment in Enugu. When he arrived, the place was unusually quiet. He knocked on her door repeatedly. Amara, my dear, open the door. It's me, Odogwu. Silence. He knocked again, louder this time, his voice cracking with desperation. Amara, are you inside? A neighbor, a middle-aged woman in a wrapper, came out from the next flat. Ah, Oga, are you looking for Amara? Yes, where is she? Tell her Odogwu is here. The woman looked puzzled. Oga, she hasn't been around for more than a week. Oh. She moved out. Some people came to carry her things. Odogwu's heart sank. Moved out? To where? The woman shrugged. We don't know. She didn't say. His mouth went dry. He stumbled backwards, his knees shaking. Slowly, he removed his hat, looked up to the sky, and hit the hat against the ground repeatedly.
I'm finished with the mission.
The woman stared at him, alarmed. Oga, are you okay? He couldn't answer. He just staggered to his car like a drunk man and drove off, his hands trembling on the steering wheel. As he approached Nsukka, on his way home, he drove past his wife's shop, only to see people moving goods out of it.
What nonsense is this again?
He muttered and parked the car. He stormed toward them, shouting, Hey, hey, what are you people doing here? This is my wife's shop. A well-dressed man leaning on a shiny Lexus turned to him calmly.
Your wife? What are you talking about? This is my wife's new shop. We just bought it.
Odogwu blinked. Bought it? From who? Madame Ngozi. The man said, reaching into his car and pulling out a brown envelope. Here are the signed-in documents. Odogwu's mouth hung open.
Ngozi sold the shop without telling me?
The man looked at him, slightly irritated. Sir, you must be mistaken. Everything was done legally. I have all the papers here. Odogwu raised his hands weakly. No, this can't be. He backed away slowly, shaking his head like a man waking from a nightmare. He muttered, Ngozi, you too? Before getting into his car. On the drive home, his thoughts were storm. He tried calling her over and over. The number was switched off. He tried again, still off. He sat in the car for hours, staring blankly at the phone in his hand. His son's numbers, he didn't have them. He had ignored their calls for years, always too busy or too proud to talk. Now there was no one to call. The next day, he sat at a roadside bar in Nsukka. His eyes were red, his clothes rumpled. He ordered a bottle of beer, then another, and another. The barman glanced at him with pity. Oga, take it easy. You look like someone who lost everything. Odogwu laughed bitterly. Lost everything. My brother, I lost more than that. I lost myself. He stared into the empty bottle and whispered, I played with the hearts of two women. Now both of them have played me. Outside, thunder rumbled in the distance. The night breeze carried the faint scent of rain. As the first drops began to fall, Odogwu sat there, broke, alone, forgotten. A man who once thought he was smarter than everyone, now left to drink with his regrets. Some say that after that night, he was never seen again in Nsukka. Others whispered that he wandered from town to town, settled and pleased. It had been almost a year since the grand escape. Ngozi now lived in London with her eldest son, Eze, his wife and their baby. The cool weather no longer bothered her. She had grown used to wrapping her scarf tight and walking to the park with her grandson in the mornings. One chilly evening, she sat by the window, sipping tea, when the phone rang. The caller ID made her smile. Amara, US. She answered immediately. Amara, my sister. Amara's laughter rang through the phone.
I'm a Mangozi. How now, London lady?
My dear, I'm fine, oh. How's life in America treating you?
Amara sighed deeply. It's good. Busy, but good. As I started my fashion design course, you won't believe it. My first collection already got attention online. Ngozi clapped her hands. Ah, I said it. You have a hand of a designer. God don't open your way finally. They both laughed. After a short pause, Amara's tone softened.
Ngozi, I never really thanked you properly.
Oh, you could have pounded when you found out about me and Odogwu.
You chose wisdom over war. That day changed my life.
Ngozi smiled, her voice calm and warm.
Amara, you were not my enemy. He was. You were only another woman deceived by the same liar. I thank you too for helping me get my peace back.
Ah, that piece came with millions, so. Ngozi burst into laughter. You are not serious. But truly, it wasn't just about the money. It was about freedom. Freedom from pain, from betrayal, from pretending. Amara's voice grew thoughtful. Sometimes God uses strange rules to bring justice. Who would have thought two women he tried to fool would become sisters? Ngozi nodded. Yes, my sister. When women stand together, no deceit can stand against them. There was a moment of silence, a comfortable one, full of gratitude. Then Amara said,
Ngozi, when I finish my degree, I'll come to London to visit. I'll drink tea like rich madams and laugh about the old days. You better come, oh. I'll cook jollof for you. The London version, not Ghana or Niger.
Before hanging up, Amara said softly, Ngozi, may life be kind to you. You deserve it for your kindness. Ngozi replied, her voice steady. And you too, Amara. We both do. When the call ended, Ngozi looked out the window again, the city lights twinkling like scattered diamonds. She smiled, whispering to herself, sometimes justice doesn't wear a robe. It wears a woman's heart. When women stop fighting each other, even deceitful men tremble. Do you think the two women were justified for their choices they made? Did Odogwu deserve the loss he experienced? Share your views in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.